Can you hear that lamp whistling? Like that light is whistling. It's making a whistling noise. Oh my God, everything's pissing me off today. Like everything's pissing me off. Welcome to day 8. I don't know what's going on with me today, but I'm trying not to get annoyed, but I've been agitated, absolutely. So welcome to lesson 8. Let me put on, hey, I have like a teacher sweater under this. It's cold and everyone's annoying. Okay, so welcome to day 8. I've had to deal with too many people already. All right, and I don't even have to deal with people really, so I don't know what the fuck I'm even saying. Okay, lesson 8 is my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. And, you know, I like to work in my personal life with the lessons. I like the lessons to call me out on my own bullshit. I think that's important. And so a lot of my irritation today, I can definitely see that the reason said person annoyed me was because of past thoughts that I held against him. And that makes me laugh a little bit, you know, and it makes me realize I still have more work to do. But it's like, you know, like, it's just interesting to think like, okay, so had he not been the person that screwed me out of money, like this and that, had he not been the person that is on my list of, yo bro, I don't owe you shit. I have a list. Everyone's on it, you know, like but say that person had not been on that list, would I had been more easygoing, would I had been more willing to be helpful for this person, but I used the past against him, right? So anyways, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This is real interesting. I wrote on the notes, but I'll just say it again because I do think it's interesting. This is the first practice exercise that we do with our eyes closed. So I noticed that it's pretty wow, really. It's one of them wow lessons, and we don't have to believe anything. We're just doing the lessons. You know, so if you're like arguing with these lessons, like when it says in this one, no one really sees anything, right? Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. Like it has a lot of like things today in this lesson that you might be like, Here's the thing. You're not asked to believe any of it or all of it or whatever. You're just asked to do the lesson, do that. It's like if I say to yourself, hop around the room on one foot. Like, would you start arguing with me? Like, well, that's not how I walk. No, of course not. But the exercise is for you just to hop around on one foot. You don't have to believe that's how you need to be all the time. You don't have to do it for the rest of your life. The exercise is hop around on one foot. So fucking do it, right? So you don't have to believe that whatever it says, but you don't have to believe that my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts, but just do the exercise the way it's stated. Now, I am listening back to my reading of the text, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. Like, I really do think that for the lesson 8, for all the lessons, I personally think you should see them, even though this lesson says that we don't see anything. That's funny. I personally think that you should probably read it for yourself, maybe as a review, listen to me or somebody else, or along with listening, look at it as you listen and read along. Like, because some of them, like I seem to be thinking about blank. Like, I'm saying blank, but like maybe like it's better for you to read it, or I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. Okay, so you want to hear my notes? Man, I hope I shake off this mood. All right, so the notes. Everybody's gotta put up with Sadie, even when she's in a bad mood. So you want to undo your bullshit, Sade? You want to undo your false ideas? How does that sound to you? You want to undo your BS with me? Well, it takes a mind open, and it takes a mind willing to recognize and step the F back. So I am pretty kind of open, and I am pretty kind of much willing. So I am trying to recognize when I'm making errors or mistakes, and I am trying to step the F back and have a broader, more expansive version of myself. So yeah, we don't have to believe the lessons, just do them. Just do them. Be open, be willing, and try not, because see, like, that's what the thing is, like, people get like caught up in like their like rhetoric in their mind or their script, and like I could it's my free will. If I want to hold judgments against people for the rest of my life, I certainly can. I'm certainly capable of that, but that's not really what I want to do. What I want to do, that I notice in the pathways of light that help me remember, is I want to be more present. I want to see my thoughts as reflecting the past. I don't want to take my body so seriously. And understand that it's these beginning lessons. They are laying the foundation for forgiveness. So yeah, there is a little agitation sometimes when you scramble the ego mind, when you turn it upside down. So just be more present. Don't take the body so seriously. That was in the Pathways of Light. I'm going to actually read the Pathways of Light to you, of course. So that's all the notes I took on them, because it actually was so full of everything. There's just too much to write down, and I could not, wrap my mind around it. So, Tina Jesus. The mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This is the first one that we do with our eyes closed because we can't even see. So this is like a way to show us that we don't actually see anything. Like when you think about like a memory or you have a vision, you're not seeing anything. You're thinking, like, you're not seeing in your mind. Like if I say I saw a vision of you, I didn't actually see it. I thought it. I don't know. So it's really like a deep lesson today. I'm not sure exactly like my own personal like way to think about it, but I did have to laugh because my mind literally was super blank all morning. It took me a long time to even get to this point of understanding. Like I listened to the videos and it just was like blah, 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 blah. So I don't know what's up with me. I definitely had blank mind today. But Tina Jesus was real sweet. Jesus said that he is holding our hands as we question the world and let go of hatred. It is not easy to let go of hatred. For the love of God, it was like 8:30 this morning and I felt the need to listen to Rage Against the Machine. Like, this is like, there's just stuff in us. Okay, but anyways, good reminder, when we think of the past, thinking of the past is just imagining, and it's contaminating the present moment. So we're wasting the present moment and we're creating more bad shit. So that's why it's like, well, wait, even if this guy annoyed me, like, why am I letting him contaminate my future? And that's not exactly correct. It's more accurate to say, why am I letting myself contaminate my present moment and my future? Of course, kind of, sort of, but the future doesn't exist apparently. Why am I letting him contaminate me? Like, it's not him. I'm contaminating me. I'm using him as an excuse because that's what victim mentality does. We point fingers, but really it's me fucking up my now moment. It's me contaminating the present moment. So I need to observe myself. I need to recognize what I'm doing. I need to step the F back, and I need to stop thinking of the past. Free yourself of illusions of past and future, and free. Look how I wrote free. I fucked up the E, and so I just was like, well, I'll write 3 more R's then, and 5 E's. Take that. And free everyone around you. So when we can let go of our past stories, our judgments, our pains, our wounds, and we can let go of our future stories too, of worry, anxiety, and fear, we can free ourselves of the past, we can free ourselves of those illusions, and we free everybody else. So we free them up. It's called forgiveness. It's called freedom. We free them up. And then in that now moment. We can meet people in the present moment as they are and see them for their true selves, not the past version that we keep slapping them with. Yeah. That hurt. All right, I'm not gonna slap anybody. I'm not. If you look back at my playlist, you could see that for at least 5 years, I've been working on peace and nonviolence. It's so ongoing, but yeah, we're not slapping nobody who don't deserve it. All right, so let me read you the Pathways of Light. It is really, really good. Just sit with it, let it sink in. Let yourself chill out. If you're ever feeling agitated, say to yourself, hey, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. I seem to be thinking of so-and-so, of what's her butt, of that mother trucker. I seem to be thinking of him. I seem to be thinking, here go, look at my hands again. I seem to be thinking about what he did to me, how he wronged me, how he's got a lot of nerve to ever ask me for a favor, right? And so on. But at the end of it, I say, well, I seem to be thinking about that, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. So you could just tell yourself that 4 or 5 times a day. I love that it says this can be done 4 or 5 times during the day, unless you find it irritates you. Who, me? Get irritated? Never. If you find it trying, just do it a couple times, 3 or 4. So 4 or 5 if you're a trooper, 3 if you used a bitch. You might find it helpful, however, to include your irritation or any emotion that the idea for today may induce in the mind searching itself. So, all right, so I could be like, it seems to be that I'm thinking about how I'm overwhelmed and don't have really time to do it all or work real people into my life right now. But my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. So I don't know, it's like, in a way that don't make me feel better, but like, because actually, like, it doesn't make sense to my mind. It's like, okay, so what? Like, so that's what it's saying. Like, you don't need to argue with this lesson, just do it. So what if it doesn't make sense to me? Just do the practice lesson. All right, so anyways, here's a positive thing that I read in the book, and I like this. And I like this, okay, here. The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. While thoughtless ideas preoccupy your mind, the truth is blocked. Okay, here's actually the sentence that I wanted to read you. Recognizing that your mind has been merely blank, rather than believing that it was filled with real ideas, is the first step to opening the way to vision, real vision. So that's what the Course in Miracles struck me with the hardest today. Pathwaysoflight.org. Welcome to the reading, A Course in Miracles Workbook, Lesson 8, Insights. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. This undoing process takes a mind open to thought reversal. It takes a mind willing to recognize that it sees only its thoughts projected outward and that all its thinking within the world of separation is just a reflection of a blank mind. This takes a willingness to step back and look at our thoughts again and again and again and see that they are thoughts that are just coming from the past, from the tiny mad idea to see separation instead of be awake to the truth of love's oneness. This undoing process of letting go of the past is necessary before we can become aware of our real thoughts. The Holy Spirit is always present to help us undo all our false thinking. This practice of looking at our thoughts with Holy Spirit more and more consistently helps us join with our constant companion and see everything differently. As we do this again and again and again, we will not see as the world sees. We will see past bodies and become aware of love's oneness, which is always there. We will see that only love is real. We will remember all calls for love need only one thing, and that is our extension of love. As we practice this undoing process again and again, we will not take the world of separate bodies so seriously. We will see that our story and everyone's story is just reflecting the thoughts that come from our separated blank minds. We will gradually come to remember our true identity, formless love that is everywhere in the eternal present. We will remember we have only one purpose: to return to the truth of everyone's oneness in the mind of God. Seeing that our thoughts are only reflecting the past is an important step in undoing our hold on false ideas. These lessons are step by step laying the foundation for forgiveness. Today's idea introduces the idea that the thoughts that I have been aware of merely represent a blank mind. If I accept this as true, the next logical step is to remember that all the things I think happened did not occur. They were merely a blank mind deceiving itself through empty images. If I accept this as true, that nothing has really happened, then the next logical conclusion is that there is nothing to forgive. The Course says true forgiveness simply recognizes there is nothing to forgive. These early lessons introduce ideas that turn the ego thought system upside down. The exercises seem almost simplistic. Thankfully, we are not asked to wholly accept the truth of these statements. We are asked only to do the exercise as prescribed. The truth of these statements will dawn upon our minds naturally as we follow the exercises and our willingness expands. Through the exercises, though the exercises may seem simplistic at this time, they are laying the foundation for complete release from all fear, for complete release from hell. This is the gift these lessons offer us. They are indeed worth the practice. As I come to trust in my Christ self, I allow it to be more present in my life. I make no demands on what should be present. I merely allow the Christ self to be present to its own way of being grace. I place no expectations on how this must be done for me. My lesson in this comes in the now of time. When I look about me, I see only what past thoughts have formed. I do not see the now in which my Christ self lives. When I focus on the now only and let my preoccupation with thoughts of the past slide away, I can feel peace and joy. As I focus more and more on the now, I can surrender to my Christ self thoughts. They can become my occupation. I live by the grace of these thoughts. When I take the time in quiet reflection to remember who I am and that there is no need to struggle to achieve this, I can continue my life with greater confidence. I can know that knowing God will be mine in the end because it is already mine. And the only time I can know this is now, for I cannot see this in my past projected ego thoughts. As I consciously choose willingness to let my mind be healed, to let my conscious union with God be made known to me with the help of Holy Spirit, I can feel secure that this will happen. As it can only happen in the now, every moment I give my willingness to Holy Spirit, living by the grace of God, awareness can be present for me. Today I choose to let go of my preoccupation with past thoughts and let the now thoughts of my Christ self be present. Sure that this can happen with Holy Spirit leading the way. pathwaysoflight.org. All right. What do you think? That was good, huh? Don't argue with me. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. So every once in a while, I'm like every other day, the videos, they might seem off to me. They might seem a little whatever to me. I might have resistance moving forward with the course, but I just feel like at my heart and at my core and my center, I just know how much benefit I will receive and everyone around me will receive if I just stick with it. I really do want to free everybody up. I really do want to free myself up. All right, so anyways, thanks for hanging out with me. I just want to leave you with a random, unnecessary story, but when I'm like this, the best thing I can do if I'm feeling agitated is go outside. Go the fuck outside, Sadie. And so I'm standing out there letting the sun hit my face this morning. I hear the crow. I hear the crow again. And then I hear like a little falcon or a little hawk or something. And I knew exactly what was going on. This is like my favorite scene to watch. So every once in a while, the birds of prey will get a little too close to the crow's nest. And those crows are some bad mother truckers. And they don't back down and they don't give up. And I literally have watched them chase a falcon like the whole way from the trees, like way over to the other side. I kind of live in a valley. And, I watched them chase them away. So I was anticipating that same scene. But today, it was just one falcon and one crow. And that crow did not give up. So I'm standing like this because the sun was trying to burn out my eyeballs. It was nice to have sun though. So I was making myself a big shield like this so I could watch. And the crow, you could tell which one the falcon was because he was just gracefully doing their thing. And the crow is going, ah, and swooping, diving and swooping at this one while it was going. And he didn't stop until that bird of prey got the fuck out of here. Anyways, have a great day. And don't forget to take your cookie. I don't know why I keep forgetting these. They're so cute. It don't matter how bad a mood I'm in. I still love cookies.